based on only what I've seen in you. I can honestly say you're the caring type, and I'm like every other.
Am I obliged to give my details? Under what authority? Under what act? What section of the Antisocial Behaviour Act requires me to give you my details?
I can find out, but it's not necessary for me to do now.
Yes, find out.
What it is, you need to
under what section? Under what section?
Okay, chap, simple. It seems that you're refusing to give your
details. He's not refusing.
No, I'm not refusing. I'm asking you a question.
I'm asking you point blank. I'm asking you point blank, what is your name?
Damien.
Right, now we're getting somewhere.
That's my name.
Ideal.
Okay,
fantastic.
Right.
Now, Damien.
But I'm not.
Right, Damien. No, what's your name, fella? He's speaking to you.
No.
Damien, what details is it? Name and what?
No, they haven't. You haven't said. No, am I obliged to give you those details?
Yes.
Under what authority?
Sure.
Under what act am I obliged?
What's your purpose here today?
What section of the Antisocial Behaviour Act
just film around Plymouth.
On spot, on camera. Are you refusing
like
to give me
film?
your details?
No.
Yes or no? Right,
Can I ask you a question, actually?
I'm asking you. Under
Damien.
what authority?
Okay.
You're not answering me.
No, I'm not answering because you're not answering.
I believe you're incorrectly
Because
applying the
I'm
law.
to.
I
Is it
believe
against the
you're
law?
incorrectly applying the Antisocial Behaviour Act.
Okay, well,
what you're doing with it. So it could potentially be, depending on what you're doing with it.
Okay, well, just to speak through.
Right, what sort of stuff are you saying?
Well, I haven't said anything. I've not spoke through a megaphone today, actually.
Right, your manners here.
Okay.
What is your purpose here today, guys? That's what we want to find out.
Our purpose is to have an exchange of ideas and beliefs. Maybe highlight the fact that we haven't broken the law. I know quite well because we do this a lot. We do this a lot across the country.
Nobody's saying you've broken the law.
Well, there you go. So why are we eliciting this response from you?
What I'm asking is what your purpose is and what you're saying through the microphone, because we are getting complaints.
Okay, there's a difference between a complaint, isn't there? And there's a difference between what.
Listen. I'm telling you, we've had a complaint about the noise you're making, so we're here to find out what you're doing.
Is it against the law to make noise?
Is it against the law to make
Potentially,
noise?
it can be, yeah.
Under what law is that?
What?
Using megaphones against the law?
If you're causing people harassment, alarm and distress,
Okay.
right,
And
then potentially
in the High Court, Judge Holland ruled that the use of megaphone does not constitute a breach of the peace.
We're not saying that. We're not
Okay.
saying about breach of the
It's
peace,
the
are we?
content of what you're saying.
And fine, and what I'm saying is, I am very aware of what constitutes a breach of the peace, and I don't want to be
Nobody's
arrested.
saying you've made a breach
No,
of the
and
peace.
this is
though,
what
are
I'm
we?
saying.
That's not what I'm saying to you. I'm saying potentially you could be committing public order offences.
I know I'm
which
not.
is different to breach of the peace. So
No,
we're here
it's
to
not,
find
is
out.
it? A breach of the peace is constituted under the Public Order Act.
But it's not what I'm talking about.
Okay,
I'm saying
fine. I'll
potentially
take-
you're causing a Section 5, Section 4, Section 4A public order offence.
Okay.
That's what I'm telling you. We're here to find out what you're doing.
Right, we're
Simple
here
as
to
that.
speak through the megaphone.
All you've been so far, talking to my colleague, is obstructing.
No, because I believe he's inappropriately applying the law.
No, I'm not inappropriate.
You're requesting my details. Right.
If you are suspected
You
of
can-
causing antisocial behaviour
Yeah,
in
under what?
public place, yeah.
Section 50 of the Crime Disorder Act.
There you go. You've answered
Yeah,
yourself.
of course I know.
Okay. Then what's your name?
Have
You've
I?
answered the question
Right,
yourself,
okay,
so
now I'll
just
ask you a question.
Alright.
Have I caused a breach of the peace? Because
You're the first person to
Yes, it is.
mention a
Because
breach of the peace.
definition, listen,
You're the first person to
listen to me.
mention
I
a
know
breach of
what
the
the law
peace.
is, okay? Section 50 requires me to have carried out antisocial behaviour. Section 50,
Which we have evidence
okay.
of.
Antisocial behaviour is defined in the Crime Disorder Act 1988. Section 1 defines antisocial behaviour as causing an individual harassment, alarm or distress. So if I've not breached the peace, you cannot request my details under Section
Then
50.
you also know that under the Antisocial Behaviour Act, we can also demand your name and address.
Well, under Section 50.
Okay, under section whatever. Doesn't matter.
Why
We
am
can
I
demand.
telling you the law that you're
Doesn't
trying to
matter.
apply to
Are
me?
you gonna,
Is this
are
right?
you going to give me your name and address?
Am I obliged to?
Yes, you are.
Under what law?
Right, you're Nick. You're Nick.
For what?
That's it.
Right, hang on, whoa.
No,
What are you arresting me under?
He's told you.
I'm arresting you because you failed to give your name and
Right, under
address.
what are you doing?
Antisocial Behaviour Act.
resist.
Right? That's it.
Right,
Thank you very
listen
much.
to
Follow
me.
me.
No, just do one, so we got one in. Have the one hand me. You don't have the one hand me. I am. I believe you're arresting me incorrectly.
Well, section 5 public order, there's a whole range of issues.
Okay, section 5. So someone's made a complaint that I caused them, an individual.
Yes.
So when you get back to the station, you're going to tell your desk sergeant this here, and you've got evidence. You've got evidence. Fine.
See you later, mate. Obviously, I've not broken the law because they're not interested in speaking to me. Huh?
Okay, then. Come on, guys. So, yeah.
No. Okay. Do I have to stop filming him? Which I'm allowed to do. Yes, I am.
We'll come back and talk to you. what exactly is discussing that? Maybe I'm in possession of information you don't have. Is that a fair thing to say? So, if I'm in possession of that information and you don't have that information, then when you look at the scene in a different light, is that a fair thing to say?
Well, tell me what it is then.
Well, I'm not advised to do what it is.
We believe it. Well, we believe that he's now been arrested unlawfully.
You're working together, right?
I've never met this bloke before in my life. Thanks for working for the public. Where are you taking him to? Where are you taking him?
Station.
I don't think they're going to take him, to be honest. Yeah?
He hasn't even been told what he's been arrested for.
He wasn't read his rights.
Never read his rights.
Where are you taking him? See you later. Right.
Hello, it is 2:20 in the morning. I've been released. I got released about midnight. So basically, I was in custody for pushing almost 12 hours. Just to give you an idea of what happens more than anything, I was arrested, as you've seen from the video, rather dubiously, taken to local police station. Went through the sort of custody procedures of removing all my clothing. They went through all my what I was wearing, any property, bagged it all up, blah 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 blah. The arresting officer, who's the South African, I assume he's South African, basically kept calling me young man and all this, and I was just thinking it was a little bit disrespectful, but there you go. I was being treated like a naughty boy that I am. Put in a cell, which was very comfortable. I then was required to give DNA, fingerprints, photographs. I was given a copy of PACE. Trust me, if you ever get arrested, please ask for PACE, because it's just something to read, because it is boring as. I was held for quite some time before anything really happened. Maybe, I asked for legal advice, and please, as soon as you get there, ask for legal advice. Don't wait. I waited a little bit, but please just say yes, I want a solicitor. You get a duty solicitor. He was a top bloke, and I was interviewed. Well, I was someone's solicitor at 9 o'clock in the evening, so I've been there from maybe 1:30. So it's quite a long time. I spoke to the solicitor, who was basically flabbergasted by how the case was completely, in his own words, was a feed of shit. Went through, just about to go up for the actual formal interview, when the interviewing officer, who was not the arresting officer, poked his head on the corner and said, when you bring your client up, I will be arresting him for failure to provide details, as well as breach of peace. So we had a bit more of a chat, and my knowledge on this was more than the solicitor. The solicitor's words were, I've interviewed thousands of people up and down the breadth of this land, he says, and I have never interviewed anyone to do with failure to provide details or refusal to provide details. He said to me, your knowledge is obviously greater than mine in this area, so he said, basically, we'll see where they go with it, and then we'll pause the interview if we get sort of stuck or whatever, and we'll carry it on from there. Went for the interview. I say interview. The purpose of an interview is for the questioning officer to ask you questions. He didn't really. He basically just read from the statements and didn't really ask me any questions. I drove the interview, and you can request a copy of the interview tapes.
which I will be doing purely for educational purposes, really. The interview was just, I hate to swear, but it was bollocks. He went through all the statements. The statements were so full of holes that it was unbelievable. Looked at the CCTV. Basically, the CCTV showed that we weren't being harassing, alarm or distress, because although I was using the megaphone, people were not avoiding me. They were still walking next to me, which is not obviously the actions of people feeling harassed, alarmed, distressed. And then when we had the actual, we had a bit of a crowd build up. Well, if there's something causing harassment, alarm, distress, then you're not going to get a crowd. The upshot of it is, after almost 12 hours in custody, I was released, no further action. However, I was advised by the solicitor that if they'd offer me a caution, again in the solicitor's own words, he said, tell them to stick it up their arse. He said, because, and this is a very important point for you fellow love policers, we had video and audio evidence of everything that we'd said. And I can't reiterate this enough, and today has woken me up to this fact. If you're going to do what we're doing and what Charlie and Danny do or whatever, you have got to keep filming. Keep filming all the time. It's so important. It's your get out of jail free card, because the statements, basically the security guards were saying we'd acted aggressively, we'd swore at them, that they'd had people complain. There was the gaps where we left one area and went to another area just disappeared in the statements. Apparently we just went from one area to the next to the next. So please, I can't reiterate this enough, you've got to keep filming, because it is your get out of jail free card. If you've not committed an offence, you've got to keep filming. And unfortunately, if you want to be a little bit serious about this, you're going to have to be prepared for your day to be fucked up, as my day has been. However, I've got back, I've watched what we've recorded today. There's some gems there.